So good morning. This is Karen with Veronica's Dreams Tarot, and today we're going to just do a all signs daily energy. We're going to just take a look at current situation, present and future influences, what we don't see, the challenge, and what to look for, advice, and outcome. I'm using the Baroque tarot. It's kind of very artsy. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of oil paintings. So also I do personal readings. The link to my website is in the description. So let's just do a couple more shuffles to get started. I do shuffle quite a bit prior to starting the recording. And I just ask, what do we need to know today? What information will help us through the day, through the week? And cut. Okay, here we go. Current situation. Oh, the sun. Present influences Five of Wands. Future influences the Lovers. Nice. What we don't see is Ten of Cups. Nice. Page of Pentacles is our challenge. What to watch for is the Devil. Advice. Queen of Swords. Ooh. Outcome is the Tower. Interesting. So there's changes happening. King of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. So with the Lovers and the King and the Queen and the Devil, there is definitely something happening here with some kind of relationship, I would say. And it's cool because I mean, I don't know. With the Tower there, anything can happen, right? I don't want to assume at the Tower being the outcome that it's necessarily negative or positive, or it's a change, it's a shift, whatever it is. It's also kind of destiny, but this energy feels very motivated. I feel like this is probably somebody, again, not gender specific, but somebody that's probably in your life. I think that's what this reading is about, this king. And again, it could be, gender is not specific there. Whatever this is it's bringing you much joy and much happiness. We've got the sun in the current situation. Right now you're feeling really good. You're feeling very happy. There's something that has sparked that happiness, and it feels good. Like, that's cool when we're in a position where we're just happy. And this is simple happiness to me. The sun is I mean, like the Ten of Pentacles is a really good card and it can bring a lot of joy and a lot of happiness to you, but sometimes the sun means there's simple pleasures. It's just happy in the day to day, happy with what's being handed to you. It's not this, I don't know, it's very sweet to me. I feel very sweet. I feel very reassured. I feel good. And that's how I feel like that's what this situation is about. So the present influence is Five of Wands, and there's been something, this just tells me that the reason why I think it feels joyful is this been something that you've kind of struggled with a little bit, deciding like what's really going on here, what's really happening. So in this, it doesn't necessarily have to be romance, but I don't know, it could be. And so I just feel like this is something that, it's something in your life that you struggle with regularly, actually. That's how I feel. Whether it's a job, whether it's romance, whether it's a certain person. But there is a struggle here. And but I feel like sometimes that's good, right? Sometimes when the thing that we're struggling about feels right, it feels even more right. If that makes any sense. Because we've been struggling with it. The future influence is the Lover, so I do feel like there is some kind of connection here for sure. Like, this is a connection card. I don't feel like it's choices. I do feel like there's a little bit of warnings over here, but there's something that's coming in the future that's influencing, and it's a connection, and it's a good connection. And I, because what we don't see is the Ten of Cups, I do feel like this is relationship, because this Ten of Cups tells me there's something out there that is fulfilling to you that you're not quite seeing the whole thing yet. You're not quite seeing that there actually is a relationship here. There is, it almost feels more than a connection. Um, it's interesting because your challenge is the Page of Pentacles. So, the Page of Pentacles to me is about learning skills and stuff. And I think it's a matter too about staying focused. And Pentacles, the court cards to me are, it's not that they're focused. Yes, they are focused, but they have great intent on what they're focused on. I've always said, like, there's movement with them. It just has a lot of intent to it. Where like a wand is more, you know, more, what do you call it? Spontaneous, and a cup has, more emotion behind what they do. Swords are definitely all in their head, but to me the pentacles are about true intent, about creating something long term, because that's what pentacles are. They're the earth. They're things that we root, and anytime we take root with something, it's usually going to last us a little bit longer. So I feel like the challenge is rooting this. Like, there's something about maybe that it's to get to be and to have this committed, a committed relationship might be a challenge, and or taking it to the next level might be a challenge, and it's just something that need to know about. So what you need to look for is the devil. So just be careful that you're not over attaching yourself to this situation. Just watch that. Watch those addictions. Watch those attachments. Sometimes when we get too attached to something and it doesn't pan out the way we think it should, it's hard. And that could be what the tower is. Or I may read on with the tower a little bit. I'll pull another card, but yeah, I might clarify that tower. So, just as a reminder to look for that, look for attachments, addictions. It doesn't mean to avoid it. When we say what to watch for, it's Spirit's asking us to keep an eye on a certain behavior that we tend to have, or in the case of keeping an eye on a situation so that we don't lose sight of maybe a new opportunity. That's what this card's really about. It's just something to have in the back of your head, or something to look for, or something to keep an eye out for. Um, and and I do believe this could be somewhat of a warning, because it is the devil. I mean, it is. So just watch that attachment, watch that commit, that where you're really attached to a certain idea, thing, person, because that could lead to some, being hard. Here's the thing, the advice is the Queen of Swords, and I believe that is saying, make sure that you are also logical about this, and make sure that you stay in the mode of being logical, and if this is something that where you have to make a decision, be sure to do the pros and cons and write it down. And she's very, but also to stay true to yourself too. She's true to herself, and actually probably at the most out of all the queens, because of her logic, and because of her narrow, it's almost narrow-mindedness to a certain degree, that she is looking out for herself. She does, and I think that's with all the swords to some degree. They're very they can be selfish, or they can be, I don't want to say selfish, but they can, yeah. Sorry, they can. But it, it's watch that. Watch out for yourself. Remember to always have your own best interest at heart. Um, yeah. And then we have the tower in our outcome, and that's a change. Something's going to happen, that everything's going to switch. And that's why I kind of want to get an idea what this tower means. Let's go out one more card, and a celebration of some sorts coming in. So the tower leads to the next thing would be a celebration. So I'm going to leave it there. Let's not look too much into the tower, because if the next thing is the Four of Wands, then to me that's saying this thing is going to switch and there's going to be some kind of celebration happening. And I do believe this is good for you because there is no negative cards as far as the reading itself. The Five of Wands to me isn't even really negative in this situation because the current situation is the Sun, and I feel like that's just explaining the why you are in this happy spot, because it's been something that you've been conflicted about. And then it's just watch for the, make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into. And that's saying that both with the Devil and the Queen of Swords. And as long as you're watching out what you're getting into, then the tower is going to be a good moment for you. I think if you don't look out for yourself, maybe the tower could be a negative. But the next card after that was the Four of Wands. So this does eventually lead to celebration, a coming together, and definitely a celebration too on hard work and what you've done and what you've put into this. So I feel like this is a really good reading. It could be something other than relationship. The only reason why I'm really focused on that is because Lovers and Ten of Cups together. But and the Devil, kind of, that sometimes that is that, and then but it could be a close relationship too at work, or something that's close to your heart that's going to make you really happy at work, and that there could be something coming in. But kind of feeling relationship here. So there you have it. I'll leave it there. I don't want to go too far into that tower because we could just go down a rabbit hole, and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. So please let me know what you think. Hit the like button, give me a comment, and I hope you have a beautiful day.